Hi guys. Okay, so today we're going to go over chapter 8, lesson 8 in our math book. It is here, let me pin this, time to the half hour on a digital clock. I was going to try at first to explain something on this front page, but I think it's just easier if we hop right to the second page. So on the second page, it says a digital clock can also show time to the half hour. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about how on our analog clock, when the minute hand is pointing down to the 6, half of the hour has elapsed or passed, basically. So we talked a little bit about how when your minute hand is pointing up here at the 12, we say o'clock. So it would be like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever. When your minute hand is pointing up here to the top, to this 12, sometimes we call that the top of the hour. It basically just means that there's a new hour that's starting. And then slowly your minute hand ticks along until, another hour passes and it comes all the way back up here again. When your minute hand ticks along though and it gets to the 6, you guys can kind of see on your paper maybe that this is all shaded yellow and it looks like half of the clock has this kind of light yellow color to it. When the minute hand comes down here to the 6, half of the hour has passed. So an entire hour has 60 minutes, so half of 60 is 30 minutes. So on this clock here, I can tell that my minute hand is pointing to the 6, half the hour has passed, and my hour hand is pointing here between my 6 and my 7, which means it's in 6's front yard here. So it's 6:30 or half past 6. So my hour is 6 here, and they even made the hour red, just like the hour hand here is red. And then they showed, okay, on the digital clock, 30 minutes have passed. 30 minutes have passed. One thing that I think is kind of important to say or should be said is that on like when you guys are working on these papers, you do not have a clock with you that you can use to show how many minutes have passed. On this paper here, it just shows you these little numbers, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share with you guys. There's this website called toytheater.com/clock. I might post it on our Google Classroom page, but if you look on this clock, it has the, I'm gonna change the minute hand. It has your numbers on the inside, and then it has small numbers on the outside, and these small numbers on the outside show the minutes, basically. So if you need to remember, okay, 6 is 30, 6 shows 30 minutes when my minute hand completely passes and it comes all the way down here to the 6, 30 minutes have passed. If this screen or if this paper is too tricky because it doesn't show you the minutes, then maybe what I would do is I would pull up this website and I would use this website to help you when you're maybe working on your math paper. That's what I would do. Should you take the answers? I don't know about that. I wouldn't just copy the answers, but maybe use this clock to help you or play with this clock a little bit when you're working on your paper. Okay, let's come back to this. So this clock shows 6:30 or 6:30. We're going to do the first 4 together and then we'll do one from on my own. So this says use a clock to show the time and then tell what time is shown. Write the time on the digital clock. So you can use this clock here, and then if you want to, maybe pull up that other, I don't know if you can. Okay, yeah, there we go. Or you can pull up the clock on the website and make this time on the website too. So I notice, okay, my minute hand is pointing to the 6, which means 30 minutes have passed. My hour hand is between the 1 and the 2. So that means it's in 1's front yard. So I know already, okay, my hour is 1 and 30 minutes have passed. So it's 1:30. 1:30. Let me zoom in a little bit more on number 2. So for number 2, let's look at our hour hand first. My hour hand is between 8 and 9, which means it's in 8's front yard. So the hour is still 8. The hour is 8. The minute hand is pointing down here to the 6, which means half the hour has passed. So it's 30 minutes, 8:30. Okay, down here on this one on the bottom, we're going to look at our hour. My hour hand is pointing right between my 11 and 12, which means it's in 11's front yard here. So 11 is my hour. And then I wonder what minutes, how many minutes have passed. You said 30, you're right, because half of the hour has passed. It's pointing to the 6th. Okay, last one here. First thing I'm going to do is look at my hour hand. It's pointing between my 3 and my 4. It's in 3's front yard. So the hour is 3. And then same thing, we know on all of the ones we're going to do today, the minute hand is pointing to half past the hour. So it's 3:30. So these are the analog clocks. You're going to use the analog clock to help you with the digital clocks on these ones. You can see, okay, the hour is going to be here, and then each clock has 30 minutes and where the minutes kind of go. Hopefully this is all making sense for you. If it's not, just tell mom and dad and maybe they can help you a little bit. They can help answer your questions. Okay, on this paper it says, sorry, I know it's zoomed in a little bit too much, but it says use a clock to show the time, tell what time is shown, write the time on the digital clock. So same thing. On this one here, my hour hand is pointing right between my 12 and my 1. So I wonder whose front yard this is in. You said 12, you're totally right. It's not in 1's front yard, not in 1's front yard, because here's 1's front yard. 1's front yard goes from 1 to 2. So it's in 12's front yard, right here. So 12 is where my hour goes. And 30 minutes have passed because my minute hand is pointing down here to the 6. Okay, I want you to do the rest of these on your own. I'm going to do this one, I think, with you guys today on the back. I'm going to do number 11, and then maybe you can do number 12 with mom and dad. Number 11 says, Mrs. Johnson's class has art at 9:30. It lasts 1 hour. What time does art class end? So if it starts at 9:30 and then an entire hour passes, let me pull up my other clock over here. Okay, so what I want is I want to move this clock here. So this is 9:30. My hour hand is pointing here to the 9, or in 9's front yard. My minute hand is down here at 30. What's going to happen is an entire hour is going to pass. Okay, so my minute hand is going to start here, and it's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to keep going because that's only 30 minutes. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So an entire hour has passed. My minute hand has come back to the same spot where it was before. Now my hour hand, though, has moved to a new hour. Now it's in 10's front yard. So if her art class starts at 9:30 and it lasts 1 hour, then it's going to end at 10:30. 10:30. Okay, you can do number 12 with mom or your dad. Remember, we don't really need to do this one down here unless you want to do it. Let me know if you need help or if you have questions. I know you guys are going to do awesome. You guys have been knocking these out of the park, and it sounds like from our meeting this morning that you've not even been watching these videos. You've just been getting this done. So I'm really proud of you. Good job. That is it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.